You have no control how people think about you, and it's really none of your business what people think about you. It's just do what makes you happy and do what is put on your heart. I don't care what it is. Don't allow like logic to stop you from putting yourself out there. Don't allow the outside noise and, you know, people who you went to high school with seeing you put post up and it's like, child, you ain't talked to them since high school. I'm pretty sure they care less about what you putting on your Instagram, and if they are worried about it, who cares? That's just an extra view for you. Good morning, beautiful people. We survived day 1 of New York Fashion Week. It is now the morning of day 2. Today, we still haven't fully decided all the shows we're actually going to go to. I think we're just going to go with how we're feeling. But today is the one where I'm going to be at the big show, and so they have me in like front row seats. They're doing a red carpet interview with me, and they're going to do a like street photography.
Girl, stop playing with us right now. Like, we really don't feel like.
So I have to make sure that the skin is giving and the looks are giving today. Well, Amber picked out the looks. The looks are amazing. I just got to make sure the skin and the hair are giving. So, yeah. So I got to get up. It's 8 o'clock now. I'm hoping that's enough time for us to make sure that we're all together.
I would like to see it.
But yeah, it was definitely a night. I'm looking at like the pictures and videos we took last night, and they were fire. Like, so I'm real excited to see what it's going to look like today. And today we're going to actually take my vlogging camera so that we can record like better footage, because for the show they said that I could bring like a photographer or a videographer, and since I knew I was vlogging, I was like, oh, I'll just have Amber bring my camera, because with the lens on it, I mean, it is a professional camera, so I feel like they'll just, you know, go with whatever. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'll tune back in after I'm dressed so that y'all can see the updates.
A few moments later.
What's up, y'all? I'm about to attempt to do my skincare routine before I do my makeup. Today is the big show, so the girl has to give as much as she can. So I use, can y'all see this? This is the face wash I use with this toner. Can you see that? It's the Fresh Rose Hydration Face Toner. And then it comes with this serum here. I don't know if you can read that, but it's the Rose Deep Hydration Oil Infused Serum. And this moisturizer. This is what I use for the daytime. This Rose Deep Hydration Face Cream. But at nighttime, I use their, there it is. This is the nighttime one. So it's the Lotus Youth Preserve Dream Face Cream, Super Lotus Night Recovery. I used that last night, and I think it's working well. So let me go ahead and wash my face real quick. But yeah, I'm kind of nervous about, I don't know if I'm nervous about the show or the red carpet or any of that. I'm kind of nervous for the interview, because I'm like, what am I going to say in this interview? Like, girl, I'm just getting back on the internet. I'm like redefining like my brand and how I represent myself online. So it's like, how am I supposed to describe myself? Like, am I considered an influencer because of my following? Or I don't know. Like, it feels weird to say it, but I understand too that my following is a lot of the reason why I got in this space, like my TikTok following. But yeah, I don't identify with like the content that made me go viral time and time again on TikTok. So yeah, I like to let this air dry normally but we're kind of in a rush today, so trying to figure out what was not used. This one wasn't used yet. Oh wait. Child, this is doing nothing. I don't know what I even grabbed this for. This does absolutely nothing. These little wine coasters. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna still let it air dry. Get all the moisture on my skin that I can get. But yeah, basically like, so I have like over 200,000 followers on TikTok. So I understand because of that, that's what probably got me in a lot of the doors and the opportunities I had this weekend. It's just that it feels weird. I like, you know, calling myself an influencer, a TikToker, or any of those things, because all the videos that made me go viral, I no longer identify with. Like, I don't want to be necessarily, I mean, they weren't negative, they weren't bad. Like, I wasn't out here, you know, doing the most. But I have multiple videos that have like over 10 million views, and I just don't care to like do that type of content anymore. And because of that, obviously TikTok doesn't like that I don't want to do that type of content anymore, which it pretty much was like a reaction to different like people, mostly girls or women, doing like hair or dancing, you know, that type of stuff. And granted, I always kept it positive for the most part, so it's like I would, like, I think the first one that went viral was just because of like, I'm very, if you haven't noticed, I'm very dramatic, and so I like was gassing up this little black girl for killing this trend at the time. And I forget what I said, but like the phrase that I used, like everybody loved, and I just kept doing it over and over again. And then I felt like I was in a box because the content I would put out that I was like proud of or that I liked never performed as well as the videos that like made me go viral. And so it was frustrating, but looking back, like, you know, hindsight is 20/20, because looking back, I'm like, I should have never stopped putting out the stuff that, you know, made me proud and that I liked, because it's my social media. So it's really about what I put out, you know, because I want to attract people who genuinely I want to attract people who are aligned, and I want to like reach the people who like are touched in some way by what I put out, whether it's through laughter, whether it's through inspiration, whether it's just vibing out, whatever it is. But that's who I want to reach. I don't only want to reach the masses and be stuck in a box. Now granted, during that time when like, you know, I was going viral for like those videos or whatever, I appreciated that like people would show me love, or, you know, in public. Like I had met ironically, one of my friend's nieces was like a huge fan of mine on TikTok, and I didn't realize it at first. And so I had gone to like my friend's birthday party that her family threw, and her niece was there, and she literally like cried when she saw me. So I like gave her a massive hug. I think I have a clip of it, I'll put it in here. But I gave her like a massive hug, and I was just like, girl, I am not nobody. Like, I appreciate the love, but like, you can be bigger than me, child. Listen. If I can do this, anybody can do this. But, you know, it just really warmed my heart seeing that, and then seeing how my nieces and nephews took pride in like, you know, telling everybody like, that's my auntie V. Like, it was just, you know, it was cute. But yeah, but all of that to say, when they interview me and ask me whatever, I'm probably just gonna be like, I'm here on vibes, because I really am. Like, I'm in this space where I'm just realigning myself and doing what feels right, doing what I feel like the Holy Spirit is like guiding me to do. But yeah, so one of the things, like besides my reasoning for this trip, would have a lot to do with my friend who's in fashion, and she's a stylist, and kind of just, you know, allowing her to thrive in this space, but which was my main purpose for this trip. But beyond that, it also was like my niece, my youngest niece. I have 9 nieces and nephews, y'all. been an aunt for a very long time, since I was a child. But anyway, my youngest niece, her dream is to be a designer. Like, literally, my mom started teaching her how to sew when she was 7. She makes little clothes for like her doll. She makes all of us pillows. Like, she makes like all types of stuff. And then for Christmas, I bought her this kit from Joann's. I'll input a picture here of what it looked like, but it basically like will give her the opportunity to you know, make even better garments for her Barbies and stuff like that. But her dream is to be a designer, and it's like I want her to see, like, if Auntie B can get in these spaces, baby girl, it's just a matter of time before you're going to be out here. You're going to be the one putting on your show at New York Fashion Week. You're going to be the one putting on your show at Paris Fashion Week, at Milan Fashion Week, at London Fashion Week, and all the other fashion weeks to come. And I want, you know, her and all my other nieces and nephews to see, as I put myself out there unapologetically and fearlessly, and see, you know, how that creates the life I'm creating for myself, that they can do the same thing, and they can start it younger, and they can have everything without questioning anything, because they've seen me do it. They know where I come from. I don't come from, you know, anything that any of this makes sense, but somehow it's all coming together. So yeah, that is that.
Look, okay, she said they don't touch outside food.
It's not even food, but yeah. You got the key?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Child, they make you come down to get your DoorDash order. Like, you should just let the people deliver it to the room, but I guess maybe that can cause issue. Don't get me the line. I ain't never owned a hotel, so I don't know.
I'm in danger.
But yeah, like, even this, it's so crazy. Like, as I'm vlogging and just talking on camera and all this type of stuff, I've been doing this for years, but for some reason, I just wasn't putting my stuff out. Like of course I would have like my podcast content, and that's something that like I'll probably talk about too as I'm putting myself on, as to like why I had to hold up like the lawsuit that got introduced to my life, all of that kind of stuff. But just like me talking to y'all right now on camera feels natural to me. The fear, even me like recording myself, like last night when we were walking, I probably inputted the clips by now, but last night when we were like walking around, I was like pulling out my camera, just like recording, talking, updating y'all what's going on. And it was like I had no fear or no concern about how anyone like was perceiving me in that moment, because it was busy. It was a lot of people. We're in New York during New York Fashion Week. Like, there's a lot of people, and I just had no care in the world. And that's so different for me as somebody who's an overthinker, as somebody who is constantly like overthinking. I think, like, when I tell you, I'm not necessarily the biggest like follower of zodiac signs, and you know, I don't necessarily follow them all the way to the T, but one thing I think is consistent is, as a Virgo, child, we think everything through, like every possible outcome of everything 10 times over before we act on it. And I think that has held me back several times, because it's like I'm always overthinking everything. Like, it's like, oh no, if I do this, people are going to think that I'm this, or like I said before, I didn't identify myself as an influencer. I never identified myself as somebody who would ever have the opportunities that I had this weekend. And so it's like, I think that played a role too into my discomfort of stuff, because it's like, oh, well, people ask me, who are you or what do you do? What am I going to answer? Because the answer isn't going to fit what you're going to attach to somebody who does this type of stuff anyway. But this year, I genuinely just do not care. And I love that. Like, I feel like caring so much about how you're perceived and how the world looks at you holds you back from really thriving in what it is that you're meant to do and what you're meant to be. And so it's like, I don't know, this year I feel like I've embraced that like fully. And I mean, it's only February, but so far this year And I think, like I said, this trip confirmed for me that that's exactly how I'm supposed to be moving. Because in no world, like, as someone who's logical, again, Virgo gang, there's no logic behind any of this coming together in 5 days. There's no logic into how I got into the shows. I got into you know, me sitting in front rows or in shows. It wasn't like one-off shows. These are massive productions, like places that are sold out, places that are making accommodations so that me and my friend can go, even though they were at capacity, like, or almost at capacity, like whatever it was. So yeah, all of that to say, I hope that watching this vlog inspires somebody out there to just go after what you want and just don't worry about or think about how the world's going to perceive it, because you have no control how people think about you, and it's really none of your business how people, you know, what people think about you. It's just do what makes you happy and do what is put on your heart. And if it's put on your heart, it's something you're supposed to go after, because it wouldn't be there and you wouldn't feel like it's something you want to do if it wasn't there. Like, so whatever that is, just do it. I don't care what it is. Don't allow like logic to stop you from putting yourself out there. Don't allow the outside noise and, you know, people who you went to high school with seeing you put post up, and it's like, child, you ain't talked to them since high school. I'm pretty sure they care less about what you putting on your Instagram, and if they are worried about it, who cares? That's just an extra view for you. So yeah, so I'm gonna stop talking now so I can get my makeup done. But
2 hours later.